This is a Tesla Cybertruck, and today I'm going to be giving my review of this car. Now, this is not mine, this is my buddy Kais's, who is here on the camera. And this is not going to be a super technical review. Somebody like Doug Jamiro goes a lot more in depth on it, or Marquez Brownlee. I simply am going to give you just some of the things that stick out to me. One, obviously, is going to be the look. This is one of the craziest looking cars that you will see on the road. It looks like a big piece of metal, and it probably stands out more than like a Lamborghini nowadays, because when you see this, it's insane. One of the first things you see when it drives by is this crazy light bar here. So this light bar just stands out. It is so unique, and it is crazy that this passes, or it is legal headlights. The whole look of this is essentially like an LED strip. So the front, or the entire exterior of the car, stainless steel, and it's like flat panels. It's like the most flat panels ever. And it is just absurd how this thing looks. Like, it just doesn't make sense how they stretch the limits of like what a car should look like. To me, this looks like how you draw a car when you're a kid, when you don't really know how to like ergonomically draw something. As we look at the front, some of the main crazy things are the windshield here. This windshield is insanely long, and you have the world's largest windshield wiper. Let's see, look how big this thing is. This thing is absolutely massive, and it's one windshield wiper for the entire front of the car. Other than that, there are some features that I'm not going to know about right now. I'll probably ask Kai some questions, but here, I guess you can do a license plate. You don't have to have a license plate in the front, do you? Or do you? I mean, technically you do. They're not. Yeah. Okay. The attention on this car has to be insane, and I know Kais agrees with that, and we will talk about it. But as we go around to the side, something that sticks out to me is the way you get in. So, if you look, there's no door handles, and the way to get in is you press this right here, and that opens up the door to get inside, which is super unique because you obviously have traditional door handles. Kais, have you had any issues with like opening the door? Is that weird to you at all, or no?
What you just did, right? You have to hold
You have to hold this.
So there's fingerprints always on that little part right there. So
yeah, so when you're pressing it, Kais is saying that the fingerprints, you have to go like this, and you're gonna get fingerprints here. And this is like a kind of unique material, so I'm sure fingerprints don't show that bad, but they still show.
No, it shows bad.
It shows bad. So
I cleaned it up a little bit.
So as we go inside into the car, some things that stand out. One, you have white here on the dash. I assume that's in all of them. And you have finally some LED colored lights in here. With other Teslas, I don't know if the newer like Model S's or anything have it. I think the Model 3s do, but the Model Ys did not have the LED strips. You have the traditional screen that's going to be a little bit bigger, and then maybe I'll have you guys go in the driver's seat. So as we're on the inside of the car, a couple things that are pretty insane about it, and it's going to be hard to show you guys all these things at once. So we have the little sun visor here that comes out like that. Not really a super interesting thing. One of the like weird things about this that Kai showed me is if you look up here, that you press this. Am I doing right? You press that.
It's kind of hard to see.
Oh yeah, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
So the park reverse, the Prindle or whatever pops up right there. I'll put up an overlay from somebody else's video. The rear view mirror is tiny, and if you have the rear tailgate closed, then you cannot see out of the rear view mirror. It's completely blacked out, but you can see obviously with the backup camera. Kais, let's see if there's anything. Obviously, you have Tesla features on here. I feel like this is pretty similar kind of look and feel of a normal Tesla, but you do have the steering wheel, which is, do they call this a yoke? Or
I don't think it's a yoke. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's definitely not the yoke.
Yeah, so it's
better than the yoke.
It's different. You have the top here, which is better. You're looking over in the center console. Are these chargers?
Yeah, you got
chargers here. This is actually blue. That's interesting in the sun.
Yeah.
It's got like a blue flake. You got the cup holders here. What I like about this car is it has cooled seats, which my car does not. Cooled seats is very nice in the summer. It has a lot of the Tesla features with, you know, the games and the farts. Like, you might not be able to hear it on camera, but it's got all the fun stuff there. And again, I'm not going to go into the super technical stuff.
You got to show them this though.
Oh, yeah,
Tap
what
the
is it?
screen multiple times. No, the screen.
What?
The window. Tap the window.
Oh.
Keep doing it.
Oh my God.
That is insane. So if you guys,
It didn't go through.
they did a demonstration and they were supposed to show how reliable the windows were, and they broke it, and that's,
Oh my God.
I actually really appreciate owning that. Back seat, we're full because we've been filming, but let's go to the outside of the car. We'll show you guys the back end. That's kind of like another cool part of it, and just kind of keep showing you guys these small little features about the car. Charging port is right here on the side of the car. If you're inside of the car and you say open butthole, it opens up, which is absolutely absurd that Tesla or that Elon does that. On the back of the car, as you can see, this is the tailgate cover. This is supposed to be sturdy enough to stand on, isn't it?
300 pounds, yeah.
300 pounds that this will hold. And so this slides up. Can I do it? Just press this, press that. And that, you have to press and hold it?
Spot,
Okay.
just-
So it opens up like that, which is pretty cool. You have LED lined on the inside, and then the rear glass is there now shown. On the inside here, oh, press this. I'm used to like a normal truck. You have this compartment here. These are all things that Kais has shown me. The cooler here, so you can keep your drinks cool when you're, you know, chilling out, having a tailgate. And then there's also power here if you need to plug in your Tesla to the CyberTruck. Let's see, we'll close this, and then we'll bring down the tailgate.
This one you gotta lift
Oh,
it up,
lift
but
it
it's
up.
really light.
All right, there we go. That's closed, and to close the top here, we're gonna press this, and then close it up. Now, the question is, am I gonna buy a CyberTruck? After showing you these little features and unique things, am I gonna buy a CyberTruck? For the price that they're at, I think it's really good, but the secondary market is not that good because a lot of people are charging way too much money for them compared to what the retail price is, which I think that will correct over time. But with how this thing looks and how Tesla's putting out, it's actually amazing to me the type of vehicle that they put out at the price point that they put it out at.
Strong.
It's very like in your face, hard lines.
Get into how much attention it gets.
Yeah.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, so the car does get a lot of attention because it looks super unique, like compared to like a Mazda. Like it's a normal looking car. This just pops and it's crazy. And you're driving down the road, everyone is turning their heads with this car, which is crazy. So the MSRP of these is about $102,000 after tax, which I think is a lot for a Tesla, but they're selling on the secondary market for about $150,000, which I don't think I would pay that. I would potentially consider paying the MSRP, but there is a long wait right now, and there's going to continue to be a wait for a while. We did this on Kais's Snapchat. How do you open? Oh yeah, RIP to the B. How do you open this up?
There's a rubber button in there. I'm
What?
gonna let you find it. Look for it and press it.
I'm gonna find the spot.
That's what she said.
Is it?
Here, let me see. Sometimes I lose it.
Okay, there we go. So, has a front trunk. Obviously, there is no engine in this, and this looks like it fits a good amount. I did this in Kais's Snapchat. You could probably squeeze in here if you really wanted to, but I don't think anybody really wants to. So, close this here. Can we show them the one thing that's going on inside, or do you want to keep that?
No, I showed it.
Okay, okay. So there's something that Kais has going on with his, and Tesla's known for.
Maybe go on the other side.
Other side. So Tesla has somewhat of a bad reputation with build quality from some of their older cars. They've definitely gotten better, especially in my car, and I think this car's build quality is actually really good. There is one issue of the top. It is kind of falling down a bit. If you want to go in there, get it. So this part right here is coming down a bit, and you have to take, Kais is gonna have to take it in for service to get it fixed. That's it kind of sucks. Luckily, it's staying up and isn't really an issue that causes any hindrance in driving, but still, you know, sucks that that has to happen.
All right, so I've had this car for about 2 months now, and I've driven over 3,000 miles in it, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. Before this, I had a Model X, which, in my opinion, was a little bit overrated for the price that I got it at. I got it during COVID, so I paid the high for it, but switching to this, like, I love it. And I'm not even a car guy, so for me to love this car, it says a lot. It's super smooth when it drives. Obviously it gets a lot of attention, which I don't really care for that, but it is cool to see, you know, little kids, like, their jaws dropping when they see it in person. And I swear at least twice a day I'm giving a random person a tour of the car because people are just so interested in it. And overall, like, I love driving it, and I don't like driving a lot, but this car is so fun to drive that I actually get excited to leave the house and go run errands or whatever it may be. So yeah, I overall love it. I love how roomy it is. I'm not really, like, I didn't buy it for the truck itself, so I've only used the truck bed once, and that's when I bought a table from IKEA. I'm majority of the time stuffing all my stuff in the back. Like, look how much stuff we have in there. We got a bunch of shoes. I love the fact that these actually lift up. We have that one lifted up right there, if you could see. Super roomy, and you wouldn't think it would be this roomy for a truck. Like, I've had the whole car filled up with people, and, like, there's no issue at all. Like, you sat in the back too, right? And it felt like you're in a regular car. Yeah, other than that, like, I have nothing negative to say other than the roof coming off and a few little things that could have made the car better, like when the full self-drive is finally available, which it's not available yet on the car. So other than that, I love this thing, man. It's definitely worth the hype.
So your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about it?
All right, my favorite thing about it is probably how roomy it is. And no, I'll say how comfortable it is, because in the Model X, when I would drive, my back would start to hurt because it's such a basic seat. Like, you know how the inside of Teslas are just so basic, but with this car, it's a little bit more comfortable. It has a lot more room for my legs. Like, I don't know if we showed you, the inside has like even this like middle storage area. I just love how roomy it is. That's the one thing I love. The one thing I hate, oh no, sorry, let me take that back. The one thing I love is how accurate the mileage is compared to other Teslas. Like, if you have a Tesla, you know that if it says 300 miles, you're really only getting like 250, maybe 240, depending on how fast you drive. With this car, I've noticed that it's actually super accurate. Like, if I charge it to 320, I'm getting at least 290 out of it. And that's really accurate for a Tesla. So I love that about it. The thing I hate, probably just that little error on the inside where the ceiling is coming off. Like, I mean, it's a fixable thing, but like, I really have nothing bad to say about this car. I really love it.
And that is my overview of this Tesla. I might have missed a bunch of stuff. I might have had incorrect information on it, but this is just my quick review to give you guys my thoughts and opinions and if I'll be buying one. If I can get one quick for MSRP, I will buy one, but I got to figure out if I can do that. So if you guys want to buy a Tesla, use my link down below, get the referral code, and then I can get early access to buy a CyberTruck. Do you want to do that? Go ahead and do that. Shout out to the 3 people, pop their hands up on the screen, who've already bought a Tesla, use my referral code, and thank you guys for that.